Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on whatever time zone you are in. As you know, my name is Dr. Faizan. First of all, I want to apologize. We are a little bit late than the scheduled time because of some technical issues, but hopefully things will be okay from here on. Today's session will be another hands-on session for Endnote, which is a software that many people use for reference management, for their papers and research papers and thesis, etc. Um, as you know, a little bit stuff. Normally, researchers waste nearly 200,000 hours per year on formatting their citations. So why not have an automated system that can help them to do that automatically? As part of it, last 2 weeks ago, I had Dr. Jihan Chobanoglu who talked about Zotero. And then many people watched that video, but then also requested if we can do another one on EndNote. So here, with that request, I have a very close, dear friend of mine, Dr. Amir Zeb Abbasi, who is an assistant professor of marketing at Shahid Zulfikar Ali Bhutto Institute of Science and Technology, Islamabad. Dr. Amir, I know him for a long time because we studied together in Malaysia for PhD. So Dr. Amir right now, as I said, is an assistant professor, and he is also a higher education commission approved supervisor for PhD students in Pakistan. He is an upcoming and rising star. He has published quite a lot of good papers recently. In fact, I'm working with him also and also trying to learn from him because of his experience in different areas, especially in e-gaming and e-gamer engagement and stuff like this. Dr. Amir has also published in several top-tier journals, including Journal of Product and Brand Management, Asia Pacific Journal of Marketing and Logistics, Current Psychology, and many more. So right now, like I said, his area is e-gaming engagement and stuff like that, but he is also pretty good with the usage of several programs that can make your research work effective and efficient. One of them is EndNote. So I will not talk too much more. Rather, what I will do is I'll bring Dr. Amir into the screen so that he can talk about himself. Before I do that, I also want to quickly introduce my other very good friend, Dr. Siddhan Dugan. She is here to help me today with this stream. She normally does a lot of stuff on the back end for research based as well as M3 Center and stuff like this. Welcome, Dr. Siddhan, and welcome, Dr. Amir. I'm going to kick myself out of the screen so that Dr. Amir can take over and talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Faizan, for your kind words. And I would not waste too much time on talking too much about me. I would rather go for a note session. I just give a brief, let me share my screen as well. So can you see my slides, Dr. Faizan?
Yes, your slides are there. Yes.
Okay, so today I would like to talk about EndNote session. I am Dr. Amir Zevabasi, and I'm currently as working as assistant professor of marketing at ZABIS, Shahid Zulfikar Ali Bhutto Institute of Science and Technology, Islamabad. I have some other roles as cluster head marketing and research center head marketing, which I am playing other roles with the university. Before going to start EndNote session, I just want to tell you that sometimes some people they waste too much time, as Dr. Faizan also highlighted that we waste around 200 something in thousands, right? Minutes while doing referencing for our research papers. So it takes too much time, and if sometimes what happens that one journal requires different referencing style, another journal requires another referencing style. So what happens that with your research paper, you can say that you take too much or you consume too much time on doing references. Okay, so then if you have some automated software that can only manages references with one click, so it will make your easy, it will make your life very easy. So for that there are different softwares. Some softwares are, you can say, free to use. Some softwares are, you can say, paid. Some softwares you can get if your university has have some subscription with different databases. So Endnote, today I would like to talk about Endnote. What does it do, how it works, and what are the different things we can do with Endnote, how we can do the references, and how we can manage our library. We will have a session on that. Before going towards a hands-on session, I just want to share some of the key points of EndNotes, so that those people who are, you can say, not familiar with EndNote, they can actually see what are the different things can EndNote perform, and what would be the info, what would it's like interface, and how it works. So before going to start, I just want to tell you that what would be the agenda of this lecture, this hands-on session. That we will be having some, means what is the objective of this session. I will be discussing about that. Then we will have EndNote. I will give you the brief introduction of EndNote. I will also talk about that how it starts the EndNote software, and how we can actually create library, how we can import references into EndNote, and how we can create library. So first, I would like to talk about the objective. What is the objective of using EndNote? Uh, EndNote actually creates a library for you. It stores your references, and later on you can manage and you can give your references for your research articles. So if I give you an overview that how it works, there is an you can see this pie chart, you can say this diagram, where it tells you that first of all we have to import references from various online resources. Okay, I will also tell you that how we can import our references. Then when importing is done, then you can store and manage your references library. Then after that you can generate your bibliography according to diverse citation style. Then we have when you have given the citation, and then you can create your bibliography and Word document. So what is all EndNote about? It's if we combinedly talk about all these steps, it is a reference management software tool, right, which we can use during writing our research papers. Okay. uh, when we means how we can approach EndNote, with EndNote. um, there are two ways. That first one is this one, that you can download the EndNote from website and you will get right. And if you have exceeded the 30 days, of course it will ask you to pay or to subscribe with EndNote. Another option is that if your university has access of Web of Science databases, then of course you will be provided EndNote as a free tool. The tool which I am using, EndNote, I'm using the registered version. When I was in UTP, University Technology Petronas, when I was doing PhD there, at that time they provided me EndNote software, and still now I'm using the same registered version. If someone really wants the EndNote software, that software which I'm using the registered one. If someone really wants to use the same software, there is no issue at all. After the session, you can means Dr. Faizan can generate a request, or I can generate a form. Those people who are interested in using the EndNote, I will later provide the software in zip file. Okay, so for the time being you can download the trial version, and because you will easily get 30 days to manage your references or to create a library for your references. So you for the time being you can download that trial version. Later I will provide you the registered version. Okay. When we have the software, or when we have downloaded the software from website, or if your university has the access, and when you download actually that software, after downloading, when you start the installation, and when it is installed in your laptop, you will find this icon, right, EndNote program. You can send it to desktop, so that you can easily find your software on the desktop screen. Then next we have here Okay, the very you can say that the good thing of EndNote is this, then it can operate online as well. Means that it can generate, it can get your citations online, and plus you can work with that software on offline basis as well. And another thing is this one, that when you are using EndNote, you can sync your EndNote with your email address. That first of all, you have to create the EndNote login details, and then while using the EndNote, there will be an option. I will later on guide you that how the option will be, and what does that option do. So I will later on guide you on that. So for the time being, you can use, while using the EndNote, if you are a regular user of EndNote, you should create an EndNote login details, whereby you will give your personal details like email and your name and each and everything. When your login will be created, you can give your login details, and it will be synced online. Means as you provide your references offline, later on when you are online, you can sync it, and you can sync your EndNote with the online facility. And what will it does, what will it happen, that it will create your online library as well. For example, if somehow your PC is corrupted, or you lost your data, what will happen, that you can get your data back, right? Means you can get your library back from online tool. And later I will guide you how we can create that online login details. Okay, once you have the EndNote, you will have three options. One is this, then a short demo that it will learn about in EndNote, that whereby it will give you a short demo of the EndNote. Second, you can create a new library, right? First time users will create a new library. And another thing, if you have already got the library, what you can do is this one, you can open the existing one, right? For example, I have the library, so if I want to change my PC, if I want to install the EndNote to another laptop, what will happen, that I will use my existing library, so that the references which I have already got, it will come back by using the existing library option. Okay, if you are creating a new library, you have to save your EndNote library to that place which you use the most. For example, I'm using Dropbox for the quite long time. So I'm doing all my research activities using the Dropbox. So what I do is this one, that I have created my EndNote library in Dropbox. Whenever I do any kind of work, my EndNote details will be in that folder that I have created in Dropbox. I didn't save anything in my PC. Okay, usually I am working on cloud, so whatever I do on my laptop, I can easily access in my mobile phone. So this is a beneficial. This is the benefit of having the cloud facilities like OneDrive or Google Dropbox. Okay, when you have already created a library, means you have created a new library, you can see that you don't have any references in your database, right? It means that you have to bring your references into your library, so that you can give citations in a timely manner. Okay, so next, how you can actually import references citation into EndNote. You can direct export from various database to EndNote. For example, I'm from Pakistan, and our university has limited, you can say, subscription to journals that which we can use, right? For example, we have Emerald subscription and few other journals. We don't have subscription of a large database, right? For example, when I was in Malaysia, we have the access from Web of Science. So Web of Science is the huge database, and Scopus is another database. Then we have some other databases. We have, for example, ACM, and some other databases we have. So if you have the access, for example, like previous session, that Dr. Jehan, who guided you about Zotero, he was using his university access, right? Means if you have the access that you can link to Web of Science, it's okay, you can do it. For example, we don't have that access, so usually how I export or I import the references, I will later on guide you on that. Okay. Enter reference manually you can do, if, for example, if you are giving new references like sometimes we don't have direct references of reports, right? Statistics or something, newspapers or something like this. If you are interested to quote something from the newspaper or magazine, so you don't have any direct references which you can give, so you can simply create that reference manually as well. Then we have transfer reference from EndNote Web to EndNote Desktop. I will also guide you on that. So let's say if you are installing, if you have lost your data and you have your references in your online library, what you can do is this one. You can simply download the EndNote and you need to sync your EndNote with the online library. So what will happen that your existing references which you had in your online library, it will come back. Then we have editing and grouping references. You can edit your references, you can group the references as well. Means you can give a group, you can make one group and you can put all references into that group. This is an option that, for example, when you are using a databases like Web of Science or some other databases, like here they have open Web of Knowledge, right? In this way, if you have open Web of Science or these options, what you can do is this one. You can find an option here, export, right? You can export the reference into RIS, EndNote, refman. You can use, means EndNote can extract those files, okay, are saved to EndNote as refman or ProSite. So I will guide you on that. As I mentioned that we don't have direct databases, we don't have access to that the database. So I usually use Google Scholar account to download the references which I can directly import into uh, database, EndNote database. Okay, so here is this one that so I those people who have directly access to Web of No Science, then okay, you can there will be an option that export. Then you can export your references directly to EndNote. If those students are those scholars or faculty members who don't have access to Web of Science, you can directly use Google Scholar. Okay, most of the time you are familiar with Google Scholar and you are using Google Scholar for your references. Similarly, you can use Google Scholar for your EndNote references as well. Okay, when if you are using, if you are exporting or if you are importing one particular reference into your database, this is how it will look like, right? Total number of references, and then we have the reference that you imported, it will appear here. So I will also guide you when we are doing the hands-on session. So you can, if you really want to enter the references manually, so what you can do is this one. There will be a plus sign. You can click on that and then new references will be created. Okay, then we have here general article. That is how you can actually create your new references. You have to put all these details. So usually we do create references manually for those reports that we don't find a reference directly. So we just give reference to, we just create a new reference for those reports or magazines which we want to cite in our paper. Okay, if you really want to edit your citations, you can do. For example, if you can see this image, there is a mistake here. The mistake is this one, that the title is capitalized, right? So you need to set this title as well. You can edit your this title is only first letter should be capital. So how the journal wants, you can simply uh, change or edit this particular citation. So once you edit, it will be saved forever. Okay. Okay, editing and grouping references. If you really want to create a group, you can create a group from here. There will be an option that when you click on right option, when you click on right, so what will happen that it will create a group. You can name it as you want it. For example, if you are working on a specific paper, you can create a group with that particular paper. For example, if I'm doing a paper on personality traits, I just name it as personality trait paper 1. personal detail paper 2. So all references you can simply drag to this group, so it will appear in that group. If you want to create some new references, if you want to give new references, you can simply drag into this folder as well, means group folder. So it will means organize your data in a very effective and efficient way. Okay, then we have here, there is another option that if you really want to make some additions, edits, or grouping references, you can create here, add to trial group, the group that you have created here, that is the here they have created a new group, that is trial group. So what are the references you want and you want to be appeared in that group, you can simply uh, add references to that particular group, or you can drag the references into that group. So you can do that as well. So once you are done, you can create your bibliography, means you have already um, inserted all the references. EndNote, the beauty of EndNote is this one: as you enter a reference, it will automatically create bibliography for you at the end of the references. Means at the end of the article, you will find that where you have given the heading, that is the references, you will find that all references will be appeared after your heading, that is references. Okay. Another thing is this one, journal to journal, it varies that what kind of style they want. So let's say if you are using APA, if you are using author date, if you are using number, usually it is uh, usually number style is usually used for IEEE, ACM, and some other journals. So you only need to select different style, and what will happen that all references will be you can say categorized as you want or as per the journal style. So I will also guide you on that. Okay, so once here you have already got the library, you can export it as well. There is no need for export as well, because your it is also linked with your document, means document that you are using, means that in that means it is already linked with your paper that you means currently you're working in. Once you are working with the article or paper, what will happen that as you insert the citation, it automatically creates a bibliography at the end of the paper, or you can simply export the whole library also. Both ways it works. Okay, so and that is why I mentioned previously also that some of the universities, they are using their own databases, right? Like ISI Web of Knowledge. So previously, most of the people, they know that previously that Web of Science, it was renamed from ISI Web of Knowledge. Now it is currently named as Web of Science. You can say that. Uh, Web Clarivates also, it is named. So here they mentioned that you can use the email address and password in order to access with the access to their databases. So if you use their databases, what will happen that you can simply find an option here that export, okay, save to EndNote. You will find that option. So like as I mentioned that most of the people, they are not using they don't have that much access of the online library. They cannot use the large database. So what they do is this one, that they usually prefer Google Scholar for their research articles. So this is all about the EndNote. Like as I mentioned earlier, that whenever you want to work with EndNote, it gives you three options. You collect the information, organize it, and format it as per the journal style. So before now, this was the theoretical understanding of the EndNote. So I would now prefer to go with the you can say software. So here, using the software, I just need one you can say Word file. I need to create one Word file here. Let me open any Word file. So far, if you have any questions, I can take on before starting the hands-on. Dr. Sedan, Is there any question so
Sure,
far?
Dr. Amir, thank you for the theoretical in this. So, Dr. Amir, there are a couple of questions that we have, okay, and one of them is this one that I'm putting on the screen. It says, can we develop variable relationship diagrams as well with EndNote?
For diagrams, actually, we cannot develop diagrams using the EndNote, but yes, you can develop diagrams using the Lucid chart. This is an online tool. EndNote does not provide the diagrammic presentation, but Lucid chart is a good option that I usually use for making the diagrams.
Okay, all right. So, Dr. Amir, now the next step is hands-on
Yeah,
demonstration. Do you want to do? Okay, all
yeah.
right.
Now
Please
I'm
go ahead. You can.
okay. When you install the EndNote software, right? So what will happen that the add-on, you can say add-ins icon should appear here. Means like here you can see that EndNote option is there. So here Grammarly that I'm using with the Word document, it has also appeared here. So always remember before when you install the EndNotes software, the icon should appear here. If it does not appear, so you have to see how you can bring your ads in from the Word document, right? So when you let's say that when you install the EndNote software, it will directly appear here on the top. Okay, so let's say we have here the EndNote software that is here. You can simply go to EndNote. Okay, when I click on this option, it will bring my library. Okay, first let it be open. So you can see here that once I just click here, it simply brings my EndNote library. Okay, it asks me that whatever the references you want to give from the existing library, you can give it. Okay, so I give you a brief introduction, and I give you the overview of this EndNote software from the very scratch. When you install the library, it asks you this option that open library. Okay, because as I mentioned that I have already created a library. So if you are using the EndNote software now, it asks you three options: create, open, right? I go for the online, right? So first you have to create a library, right? Save it in your laptop, or save it into your cloud option, that can be Dropbox, or cloud drive, that can be OneDrive or Google Dropbox. So my library is already created, so I can simply open the existing library as well. For example, if you see here EndNote library here, wait, let me check my data. Yes, yeah. So here you can see that which one is updated. So here I have to check the date. So this library is updated one, right? Today is 15 Jan 2021. Time is 6:14. When I last work on this my article, and I just put a reference there. So when I before closing the EndNote, I press on sync. As I sync, my library is already saved there. Okay, so I can simply open this library, or I can leave it as it is. So I just want to tell you that when you are working, for example, when you are working with your article, always remember that you should have Google Scholar with you as well. For example, I open the Google Scholar here, and I'm working currently on a research article, right? So let's say if I want a literature on engagement, if I want some content from the engagement papers. So what I can do is this one, I need to search here. Let's say here esports engagement, right? So here when I search this option esports engagement, I found few papers on esports. So my relevant search query is this one, that I'm looking for papers on esports engagement. I found my own paper here. So here always remember that you have to click on this option, right? Then here it gives you few options, that what kind of option do you want to choose, means what kind of style do you want at the initial one, right? I always choose this one, APA and on EndNote. Okay, always remember, if journal wants Harvard style, if they want Chicago style, if they want Vancouver, or they want MLA, so you always give the initial APA and then import into EndNote. Later on, you can apply all these styles in EndNote as well. So always remember that first style APA, and when you are using APA, then you can simply click on this option. Okay, so you can see that my reference is already in EndNote, right? So here, when you create your reference, so there could be few queries, that can we add the PDF as well? Yes, you can add the PDF, as even in the previous section, Dr. Chehan also mentioned that if your system allows you to download a PDF, yes, you can bring it PDF. If your system does not directly allow you to download a paper, so if you are using some, like we are using some proxies, like we have a site that is Sci-Hub, right? I usually use that Sci-Hub site as well, because our university has no large database that we can simply download the JS store, we can download the Vele or something like this. Okay, they have the databases, but like Emerald, Science Direct, they have these databases, but sometimes ACM database is not available, IEEE is not available. So what we need to do is this one, we need to download the paper first, then attach PDF. Here there is an option here, or you can bring your PDF from this option here. Wait a moment. If you click here, yes, if you click here, there will be an option find full text. Okay, means when you click on this reference, you can find full text as well. If I click, it will not find, right, until unless it is, you can say, downloaded, right? So it doesn't give you a preview form that yes, PDF is already downloaded, because that journal does not allow you to download a paper. So first you have to have a paper. Let's say I have a paper, and if I want to attach that paper with that reference, I can simply go here, attach PDF. Wait a moment. Yes, you have to click this reference. If it is blue, then you can see this file. If it is not selected, then of course you cannot even click on this option. Yes, preview reference, you can get it. Preview, you can get it. Attach PDF, for attached PDF, it says that there is no PDF attached, but here for attaching a paper, means to, in order to attach a paper, you need to select this option. When it is blue, yes, you can attach a paper. It gives you an option that okay, where is located, right, where your paper is located. So for example, if my paper is located here, from the name as, yes, this paper. So if I click OK, so you can see my paper here, means the paper that reference is mentioned here. Now PDF is also available, right? So what I can do is this one, I can uh, bring the file, means I can bring it more, you can see on the maximize size, where you can see the whole paper. If you want to read for your manuscript, so what you can do is this one, you can make it more bigger, right? So usually I don't work in this way for myself, right? I don't do highlights from here, but I'm using some other tools, right? I just use this EndNote for references. I never attach PDF, because I know I don't need the PDF, because here I don't, means usually I organize my PDF files as well, because what I do when I'm doing the research, I make different folders for my variables. For example, if my variable is escapism, I will make a folder of escapism. I will put all relevant papers there. If my folder is, my next variable is enjoyment, I will put all relevant papers to there. So as I read the paper, I will say yes, it is read, right? Because I can manage my papers there. So from here I can attach my PDF to look into the draft, or to look into the paper. Even I can highlight here, I can comment on that. If you can see here, yes, you can comment on that. If you want to underline something, you can. If you want to use if you want to cut down something, or if you want to highlight some options, you can do it. Even if you want to email, you can email that PDF as well. So this, the very first thing is this one: when you bring your reference into EndNote, you can attach your PDF. Yes, you can attach, you can work on that PDF file as well if you want to use the, if you want to highlight or something like this. Okay, so now I just want to talk about other things here. Okay, so now if you want to, the very first thing people will be asking, that how to have the insert citation, in-text citations. Okay, always remember we have two kinds of in-text citations. In-text citations, one is at the start, another is starting, start of the sentence. Okay, then we have end of the sentence, end of the sentence. Let's say I'm covering the citation that I want to start. Okay, I want to start with a particular study. So what I do is this one: I go to EndNote. When I go to EndNote, what I need to do is this one, that I just simply click here. Okay, it says that do you want to save some changes? Yes, I mean, we have done some of the edits here. So it says that do you want to save? Yes. Okay, we have saved. Okay, so you can see here the reference we have given here. Yes, we have cited here. And you noticed something, that as we give the reference, it automatically generates the bibliography as well, right? You can give the name, heading, or references. Okay, okay, now you can see that we have already given the in-text citation. And now most of the people will be thinking that this is the incorrect in-text citation at when we start with a particular sentence. Yes, it is incorrect. The correct form is this one. You can simply click on this option, right? When you click on a reference, it gives you option edit citations, right? Again, I'm a bit slow here. I just want to be slow because, so if some of the students, they are doing the hands-on practice, they can follow me. When you insert a citation, if you are giving at the start of the sentence, how you can change into the correct form: click on the reference, it gives you the option edit citations. Here always remember, whenever you give a citation, it will go by default. The default option is this one. Default option is this one. So here I just need to click on this edit, go to edit citations, and here display as author year. It gives you the idea as well that author year will be in bracket, year will be in bracket. So if I choose this option, now this is the correct form. Now this is the correct form that these people have stated that, right? So in this way, this is the in-text citation whenever we want to give at the start of the sentence. Okay, this one is covered. Second thing, how we can give a citation at the end, right? For example, uh, Dr. Faizan, can you hold one for a minute, because someone is at the door and no one is at the home? Just a minute,
Sure,
okay?
Sure, sure, sure. Okay, so all right. So while Dr. Amir is coming back, if you guys have any questions, please post them in the chat so that we can get answers for your questions. Um, yes, that's what I would say. I see already there are a couple of questions that we answered in earlier, but if you have any more questions about EndNote or reference management, then please post them into the comment section. Okay, so Dr. Siddhan, while Dr. Amir is coming, maybe I should ask you, how is it? Do you use any reference management software or you do not?
Actually, I was not using one, but after Dr. Jihan's presentation, I started to try to use Zotero. And this EndNote seems also
Okay.
very useful. I will try both and I will choose one.
Okay, I actually use sometimes Mendeley. I've been using Mendeley for some time, and then Mendeley
Mhm.
normally works okay for me, but it's always
Mhm.
a good idea to try different. And I think, and the base, most of them are pretty same to each other, right? But anyways,
Yes,
okay. So Dr. Amir is back. Dr. Amir, while you are not here, I just started a chat
Okay.
with Dr. Sadan
Yeah,
about reference.
it's a good thing actually to engage the students and participants as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
there are a couple of questions. Do you want to take them now or do you want to keep them for the end?
After few things we will take it.
Okay, all right. Okay,
Mhm.
thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Dr. Amir, so we will bring your screen and then
Okay.
you can continue. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So next, what we have that as I mentioned that whenever you want to give the citation at the start, you can first insert the citation, make edit from, go to edit citations, and then you have to use this option display as author year. Year should be in bracket. Okay. So EndNote organizes and he means EndNote knows about this option. When you click on this, it will appear as this one. So there is no problem at all that if you are doing the manual references, so you can imagine that how much time will be consumed on just changing this option, right? Because all the time you have to do like this. Okay. First option is already done. Now we are going towards the second option. If I want to start with a reference, right? So I just want to bring the reference back here. I just go to EndNote. Here I type another paper. Um, okay. So I just want to cite one of my another paper, that is impact of hexaco personality factors on consumer video game engagement. So I just go to this option, then here APA style. Okay. Then if I simply click on one option, then the reference will appear here. Okay. So the reference that you have just imported, it will go here, imported reference, right? It will be appeared here. The document you are using, that is document one. Now we haven't given the name of the document, that is why it says document one. Okay. So I just want to give the reference of the new imported reference. So here it is. I just give the reference. Okay. I just want to give at the end. Okay. For example, I just write that recently a study has been conducted on esports video game engagement. Wait a moment. Yes, esports video game engagement, where authors investigated the predicting role of personality traits, hexaco personality factors to predict or to determine consumer video game engagement. Okay, so I want to give at the end. So simply, uh, you can give the reference at the end, right? So I just close this sentence. Okay, what if some of the students they want to know that how to give few citations at once? Okay, I mean to say that you want to give you want to cite something more than uh, two or three or four studies. So what you can do is this one. You can simply go. You can see here. First, you write here. There has been few studies on esports video game engagement, right? So here I simply mention two studies of esports, right? For example, I just mention here esports. Okay, another thing is this one. If you want to search something, for example, your whole list, right? Means your list is too long that, for example, my list had got 3,317 references, and this is since 2014. Okay, so what I need to do is this one. I simply search here esports, right? Esports video game. So it gives me few references, right? So one reference is this one, another reference is this one. So if I want to search more in this way, like esports consumer something, so it gives me few more papers, right? So it gives me my 2020 papers that is published in Frontiers in Psychology, and other gives that is published in General Product and Brand Management. So I can, if I want to cite more than two or three papers, for example here, right, I want to cite three papers at once. I simply click option on this insert as citations. My all references are here. My all references are here. So you can see here that with now we covered three things. First is this one, how to give the citation at the start of the sentence, how to give citation at the end of the sentence, and how you can give multiple references at once, right? So here we covered three things. Here you can see here in A and B, right? Because it is it got few same authors details, or you can say that it organizes that A B got two papers, because when Abbasi et al comes, it organizes the reference into A and B, right? So when you see A and B option here, it tells you that A is this one, B is this one, right? We don't have to manually type all these things. You can see that how many references you have. Like here, if you have 10 references, you have to enter AB here and you have to enter AB there, right? Because your Google Scholar or your manual system will not tell you that where to put A, B, C, D, right? But EndNote, as I mentioned, that it's an automated software. It automatically gives such recognition that people they organize that Abbasi et al A means this, Abbasi et al B means this, right? So far we covered three things. So another thing, for example, whenever you are writing a definition, when you are writing a definition and you want to put a page number, right? So how you can do is this one. For example, adding a page number. So how you can add a page number is this one, that simply is this that I just mentioned here, playful. I just open one paper. Let me open a paper. Okay. Here I see the definition of playful consumption experience. Okay. Or we find another definition we don't. Okay, let's say here we have the definition. Yes, this is the definition in inverted commas. Okay, I simply want to define this is we define that consumer video game engagement as this. Okay, let's say if you want to define this definition, for example, consumer video game engagement is defined as, we just paste it here. Okay, so this is the definition which is in italic and in inverted commas. So now here most of the people, reviewers, want to know the page number, right? So in EndNote you cannot simply type the page number, okay, because if you make some edits in EndNote it will bring into the original form. I tell you how. Okay, let's say I want to cite this paper. I know this, the paper is this one. I If you have the library here, you can simply search. You don't have to all the time do this manually because you have the references. So I just want to search my paper that is published in 2019 entertainment computing with, yes, this is the paper. Okay, so I have already given this citation. Now I need the page number. I need the page number. Okay, so here how actually I give the page number. For example, I need to look into this draft and I find that the page number is, let's say, yes, at the bottom, 45. Okay, so if I do any changes here, right, like here pp, now you see whatever I do it will bring to the original form, right? So those people who don't know how to add a page number, they will feel that EndNote is not a good software because I can't make any edits, right? Of course you cannot make any edits here. For example, if I even insert a space here, it would automatically generate the means it will already, it will come in, back to the original form. So what if you want, if you really want the page number, what you need to do is this one: click on this software, go to edit citations, again click on this, means simply move your mouse here and just click edit citations, and here you have to click more. Okay, okay, when you click more it gives you option what you want as prefix, what you want as suffix, what you want as pages. Prefix and suffix I will come later on, but let me tell you on this that how you can actually add a page number. If I simply add 45, because the definition is on the page 45, I just click OK. Why page number didn't reflect? Wait a moment. Okay, page number is there. Okay, here one more thing. Sometimes pages number does not appear because you are using the standard form here. Okay, I am currently using the references. That is the sorry. I need to go back to the EndNote. I need to check what I am using currently now. I'm using the style that is this one. Okay, Springer, this style. Last time I was doing a paper for another journal, so I simply used a template of the journal. I simply download the template. I will later on guide you on that as well. how we can use the template of different journal. So that's why it's not reflecting. So if I use APA, right, APA style, if I click on this APA, so it will appear the page number, because uh, I'm using the APA. So if I change the journal style, so it will tell me which journal I have to use. Means styles, different styles are there. If you want to select more styles, yes, more style will come. Select another. If you really want another style, for example, if I want this IEEE style, it will appear here. Page 4, okay, means 4 references there. If you really want to use another, if I really want to use APA 6 style, so I just want to use the APA 6 style back to this one. Okay, so here you can find that I have given the reference and the page number. Okay, okay, so far we covered 4 things: start of the reference, end of the sentence, right? Then we discuss about the how we can insert the page number. Okay, now I just want to tell you about that. Sometimes EndNote got some of the issues, right? What issues are there? For example, always remember when your bibliography is done, when your bibliography is completed, right? Sometimes there are some mistakes you have to check. You don't have to check this in-text citations. You only need to check this bibliography, whether there is a paper whose volume, pages number are missing, because journals will ask you. For example, this paper does not have the volume and page number. If because always remember that even most of the scholars, they know that whenever the paper is published, they never publish a paper with volume number, pages number, because they first publish the early site version, right? Early site version does not have the page number, right? Does not have the volume number. So we have to wait for a few more weeks or months until it has the volume number and pages number. So if it doesn't have the volume and page number, so you can simply give DOI number. DOI number, okay? So how you can give that one? For example, if this reference is new and you want to add something here, you need to check this reference from the original database, because here it doesn't give you any information here. That's why it was not imported as well. So just click, there will be only few references. For that you need to perform this exercise. Okay, wait, when this paper is opened, you need to check the reference, whether it has the volume number or page number or something like this. So you can simply this option you can copy here. You need to copy this information, or you can simply here paste it here. Okay, it should not be in italic, so just remove the italic. Okay, uh, we need to see here something with, okay, comma, yes, it is, or it is in the proper format. So you can do for only few articles, or you can simply do is this one, that you need to copy this DOI number into the paper as well. For example, my where is my paper? My paper is located in this 2020. Yes, this is here. Okay, so I need to put the DOI number here somewhere. Yes, here. Okay, just I need to save it. So it will also take this DOI number. For example, I need to uh, go back. Okay, I just want to remove this citation, or you can say that if I update as well, what will happen? Whatever, whenever you have some issues, you can simply update it. Okay, for example, I have already inserted a citation and I just update whether it takes the reference or not. You can see here I didn't do anything. I simply updated the reference, and now you can see here the previous the version is deleted automatically, right? In the previous version, it gives DOI number, right? And previous one volume number and each and everything was removed because I only give the DOI number, right? So if you ever need to improve the site, means if you really want to make edits, you can do the edits, okay? Where you need to make some edits where there is an issue in the importing as well, means the Google Scholar gives you the reference. Sometimes it gives you the incomplete information, like as I mentioned that volume number, because LD site doesn't have, and Google Scholar does not update. I don't know how long it takes for updating, but if sometimes in the proof version the journal asks you to provide these details, so you can give such detail, okay? So here you can see there is another mistake, DOI, right? So usually we have to give this number, right? So that's why there is a mistake in that thing. So simply you have to give the correct information once, and then it will be reflected back to your article. So far, if you have any questions, I can take those questions, then I will come to other queries.
Okay, I'm taking over from here because Dr. Faizan had to leave for a meeting.
Okay.
And actually, there are a couple of questions, Dr. Amir. I would like to ask them. Actually, you have already answered one of those questions. For example, how to add text reference by using number and not by a names of author. So, do you have anything to add for this question?
Okay, yes, how to add in-text reference by using number. So as I mentioned earlier that there are many styles, okay? There are many styles. So for example, only you need to use IEEE. Only you need to use IEEE, okay? When you click on IEEE, you see how the things are organized. It is all in number. Your bibliography is automatically organized as number. Your all references are organized as number. So whatever you have done means as using the APA, it automatically converts into numbers. Yes, Dr.
Okay,
Firan, any other question?
okay. Thank you so much. Yes, there is two more questions I will ask you. What advantage does EndNote have over others like Mendeley?
Okay, EndNote software is basically a customized software, right? You can customize the output styles. You can add more things. Like I will tell you, I will guide you on some of the customized that how we can actually give you customization. And sometimes another advantage is this one, that now journals have, if you my screen is here, you can see here, for example, if I use nowadays journals are providing EndNote, you can say styles, template style as well. For example, if I'm using current psychology journal, right? For example, here current psychology EndNote. First, let me open Google. Okay, EndNote template of current psychology journal. Okay, so if you can see here, journals, they are now providing the templates as well. For example, here if you check on this, okay, wait. Okay, now current psychology I just opened, and here if you can see the references guideline, references, yes. Okay, so if you can see here, it gives you the option that for authors using EndNote, Springer provides an output style that supports the formatting of in-text citation and reference manager. So you can simply download this option, right? That means you need to download this template, right? It- and just open it with the, you can say using the EndNote. So you don't have to do anything. This software gives you the option that, for example, I just double click on this, it will automatically adjusted or added into the EndNote with this journal name. For example, if you are writing a paper for some journals like current psychology or some other journals, so you can simply click on this style and you can see that this style is now added, right? Springer, and this is the SOC, psych, and author date, Springer. I just need to save this. You can save as, or you can save, because previously it is saved, so that is why it is already there. So if you really want to save as it is, you can save as copy, you can do it, for example, like this. So now it says that you want to replace it. Yes, I just want to replace it. So if you want to use this style as well, right? So you can see here, this style is here. I can simply click on this. Even I can simply go back to my document here, and I just use this option. Yes, this one. So you can see that all references as per that style has been updated, right? Now you can see all changes have been implemented. So this is the advantage of EndNote. So you can have some templates, you can simply download it, and you can make your references more in customized as well. Any other question,
Okay.
Dr. Sana?
Yes, there is. There is. I will ask you just a second. Uh, how to cite a website reference in an EndNote?
Okay, simply there is an option that I previously mentioned here. Wait a moment. Yes, if you really want to add something as a manual reference, right? This is the option. New reference. You need to go to this option. Click means you need to click on this option that here we have. When you click this button, then it gives you that new icon, new reference. Okay, you can use a new means you can use a short key as well, Control plus N. If you click on this option, then you can see here we have the details. Who wrote this? You need to write this. What year? You need to write this. What title? You need to write this. It's not a journal, leave it. Volume, it's not, the volume is journal, so it doesn't have the volume issue. If it has pages number, you can give the page number. When it was published, then you can write this. Okay, short title, if you want to give, you can give. If you really want to give the URL, you can give at the end, right? If someone really wants to see which website was that. And okay, if you want to attach some report as well, you can attach that report. For example, sometimes we are using a report as well, you can simply attach the report. Okay, so this is how we can give the details. So this is how we can actually give any references, that can be from website, that can be from magazines or something like this.
Okay, thank you. Uh, there is another question as a continue of the previous one. That
Okay.
means it depends on style only. It's like this person asked the question how to add in-text reference by using number and not by names of author. So this is kind of continue of the
Yeah,
question.
for example, like Mavish, she asked a question that means it depends on style only. As I mentioned earlier, that I'm regularly publishing with IEEE computer science journals like entertainment computing. So what happens that they want references and number. So you only need to use IEEE. Sometimes there is an option, some journals like Science Journal, Nature Science, they use script number, means their number is on the script one. So you can use also that references also. For example, it's again, it depends on the style as well. Let's say, let me open the EndNote. Here I need to search the science, for science journals, right? I need to give this option, and I need to go need to choose a style. Okay, for example, I write here science, mm, nature. Wait a moment. Quick search nature. Okay, now you can see here nature. Okay, if I select this nature option, okay, and from references also I need to go back to this option. Yes, here I need to select the nature. Okay, this option, nature. If I select nature, so you can see now reference is numbered, but it is organized as script numbers. Here you can see 1 to 3. So if you, it is already organized in this way. You got my point? It really depends on the style. So even now journals, they are offering EndNote template styles as well. You can simply download that style and then sync with your EndNote. Means you just download and open with EndNote, your style will be added, means as per the journal name. For example, I give you one example. uh, Recently I published a paper with Emerald. Then their style is this one, right? Means now it is saved. For example, journal of services marketing, their style is this one. Means it really depends. Like telematics, they have this style. So current psychology, they have this style. So means journals now they have their own style. You can actually download, or you can give from here also, like APA, Harvard. Like here you have, okay, here we have Harvard papers, okay, so you can give the references from here. So it really depends on the references, means style.
Okay,
So any other
thank you.
question?
Yes, there is one more actually. I will show you. Is there any way to search exact data without reading the whole paper through this software? And this
Is
is
there
the
any
last
way
question.
okay, is there any way to search exact data without reading the whole paper through this software? Actually this software is a reference based software, right? It includes those papers that you want to import, because when you read a paper you have to select a paper that is more relevant, and you have to import it. When you import it, then it becomes your library. If you want to search, yes, if you want to search exact word, for example, I want to search what papers I have on addiction. For example, if I open this my EndNote, if I go here, if I search video game addiction, if I search here video game addiction, so you can see all papers that on video game addiction, it appears here. If I search papers here, because it makes my life easy, I can simply find what papers are relevant. Like you can see how many papers are there. If I search papers from here, Hexaco, wait, first I need to delete, yes. Now if I search Hexaco, okay, why it's not giving, there are papers on Hexaco as well. Okay, personality. Okay, maybe there is no, for yes, there is Hexaco, but I don't know why it does it didn't pick from here. Okay, Hexaco. Yes, now you can see that uh, exact Hexaco. I just want to search how many papers do I have. So I have this much numbers. So it means that I'm maintaining a library which is more specified to the topics as well, right? For example, I'm working on learning as well. So I can search learning, right? Even if I want to, this software is also good for writing systematic literature review also, because you know how many papers you have, specifying something. For example, you can say I'm working on engagement a lot, right? So here you can see how many papers I have on engagement. All it is highlighted because I have a great number of papers on engagement, right? So this is how actually it really depends that what is the query you want to search and why.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Amir. This is what we have on chat box. So you
Okay,
answered all the questions. Do you have anything to add?
okay, I just want to include few things. Yeah, I just want to add few more things here. Okay, I just want to tell you a few more things. Let me think what is still remaining for you. Yes, one more good example I just want to give you here. Yes, wait, let me open a paper. Yeah. Okay, recently I actually I'm working with some co-authors, and they do references in this style. Wait a moment. Means they put sometimes example, okay, with references. And let me show. Okay, here. Yes. Now you can see here, if I have this bracket, example. Okay. Yes, here I think. Yes. For example, if I want to put something like here, who said what? For example, uh, here is the article, right? I just want to switch back to APA, okay? For example, if you want to put here example, right? Because some people they write example, okay? Means, for example, these authors said something, right? So they want to write here like, I just paste it here, like consumer smartphone and tablet, okay? I just want to add this particular information before the reference, all right? Here, what I need to do is this one. Here, I just write one of my paper. Yes, okay. If I give a reference and I want that this text should appear within that reference, because sometimes people they give right here, they write in this way. For example, this, and they close it. Sometimes when you have started the bracket and you want to have a bracket within that particular example, so what you can need to do is this one. You need to cut here, or you need to, yes, you need to copy here and remove this, okay? What you need to do is this one. Go to edit citations, more option, okay? You need to do here prefix, okay? This is prefix, means before that reference what you want. I just paste it here and click OK. So you can see that now it is organized as this, that for example, consumer smartphone tablet, this is said by Abasi et al. Some people they do references in this way, or sometimes people they write in this way, okay? They put example here. So it really depends that who wants what, as I previously mentioned, right? So here you can say that examples means if you want to add in this way, you can do it, right? Previously, I also didn't know about it, but as started doing work with EndNote, as I knew that some people they write in this way, so simply I learned some of the things from here, okay? So again, what I want to conclude here, yes, I previously I mentioned that when you have downloaded the EndNote, there is an option sync library, okay? How you can sync? Before syncing a library, what you need to do is this one. You need to create your login detail. For example, if I go here and not login, okay, it asks me to buy it and not log online login, okay? I just want to log in it. If I click here, and you can see here, I was already logged in, so that's why my details appear. So whatever the references I have here, 1317, and there I have 1317. So it means that by the time I add some reference, it is already updated here, means which is the offline software. But when I just click on this sync option, so it automatically updates all the references. What are the groups I have? It is organized here. So let's, in case if your system gets corrupt and your data is deleted, your software is deleted, when you install the fresh EndNote, you need to sync with this option, because when you first click on this option here and not, wait a moment, when you first click on this option, it will ask you to give your username and password. When you give, it automatically sync your online library. Got it? So this is about the EndNote. Another thing is this one. You can share your library with other friends as well. If you really want that, you want to share your library. I don't know whether Mendeley offers this option or not, because I didn't use Mendeley. Few of the things I know about Mendeley because one of my few of my friends they are using Mendeley. If I click on this, I am authorizing some of the people. Who I authorize, I need to enter the email address, that my library should be synced with one will be shared with my other friend. So this is how this gives you the option to work in a more collaborative environment. Okay, so you need to type the email whom you want to share your library, and then uh, you just write a message, so your library will be shared with your friend. Okay, so another thing I just want to, okay, new reference you can do here. Okay, as I mentioned that we in Pakistan we are not working with online databases. If in US or in many countries, if you are working with online databases and you have access to large databases, you can sync with your online databases. Like here, if you click on this one, you need to add what online databases you have here. Like here we have another database, that is the EBSCO. If you have access, you can simply choose this option and you can search papers using this option. You don't have to go to Google Scholar, you can use this option as well. But as I mentioned that in Pakistan we don't have the access, so what we do is this one, we go usually search from Google Scholar, and then we give the reference from the Google Scholar, and we import from Google Scholar to EndNote, and then we maintain our library in this way. Okay, another option is this one. Okay, import export, this is the option. Okay, if you want to find the full text of a document, if it is open access you will find it. If it is not open access, of course journals were not allowed to download or provide you a full text copy because it is not available. Okay, if you want to open any folder you can do insert citation. If you want to insert citation, for example here, if you want to go to document here, you can give citation, go to EndNote, and you can select here and just click on this. Okay, insert citation will become. Then format bibliography, if you want to format your bibliography you can format from here as well. But as I mentioned that EndNote gives you the bibliography at the end of the each. If you delete the reference here, if you delete the reference here, it will be deleted from here as well. You can see, if you delete a reference it will be deleted here. Manually it will not, because manually you have to find, okay, which reference I deleted, which reference should not appear from the main bibliography. So it is a hassle, it takes too much time. So I really hate doing the things manually. I always do the things from the software, because if someone asks me to do references from IEEE or number based, it takes me too much time. I maybe it takes me few days as well, because sometimes numbering is based on the latest papers as well. Some, for example, here you can find here Basi et al. Okay, okay. Sometimes yes, here you can see here. This is not alphabetically organized. Okay, Abasi et al. Then Nisar, and then Chung comes. As per this paper, the reference is given as per the year, means the latest year will come first. But some people, some journal say that no, we want, it should be alphabetically ordered. It should be alphabetically ordered. So what you need to do is this one, you need to go to EndNote, right? Then you need to see APA, right? And then here we have the uh, edit option, output styles, edit APA. Okay, so now here you can do some of the changes, some of the changes that you can do with EndNote. For example, templates, how do you, if you know the programming, you can do the, you can make changes here as well, right? If you, sometimes if semicolon is not there, then you can use this separator here, you can add this separator if it is not there. Usually it is there. Okay, if ambiguous citations includes author initials or full name, it's up to you what kind of you want. What are the things that you want. Okay, here we give that, we can add AB authors list. Okay, some of the journals they says that only if authors more than three, it should be listed as at all. At all should be italic. Some journals want that italic should be in means at all should be in italic. Some people they don't want, they want that it should not be in italic form, right? So here, if three authors or more, you can list the first author one. So it's up to, if six are, it's up to you that how you want. Usually it depends on the journal. If they want that, if you are citing the paper for the very first time, if it is six authors or more, you only list the first author. If it is, you can give the numbering here that I don't want more than six, because journal doesn't want, no matter it is first time appearing. So you can change the setting here like three. Okay, if you want at all should be appeared in italic, you can do here. I don't know whether a Mendeley does this or not, because some journals they want at all in italic, some journals they don't want italic at all in italic. Okay, so I just want to give italic. Okay, author name. Okay, sometimes there is a mistake in the endnote. Some people they use the initials. Use initials only for primary authors. You don't have to use initials, only last name. So you need to uncheck here. Okay, you need to uncheck this option because it will use the initials. For example, A dot B dot. So when you are using the reference, it will be initials will appear. So there will be a citation mistake. So you don't have to use the initials, right? You uncheck this option. Numbering, if you want to see that there is anything you want to do here, no, nothing. Sort order, yes, this is what I want. Same as bibliography, you want that your bibliography should be cited as your authors, same as bibliography. Or you want to cite author plus year, or author plus title, author plus year plus title, year plus author. For example, if you want here, if you want to sort some changes here, if I change something here, author year title, right, author year title, I just save it. uh, okay, now you can see it gives me I'm using another style, APA copy. Okay, if I use APA copy, wait a moment, let it become. Here does it come author year APA copy? No, it didn't come. So what I need to search from here, APA. Okay, APA copy, yes. So you can see whatever the changes I have done here, it will reflect. Okay. So you can see previously it was coming the whole name. Now I just changed that if authors more than three authors, it should appear at all. And you can see the changes. At all is in italic, at all is in italic, at all is in italic. Say here you can see the difference as well. Even here also you can see some of the differences, right? So the changes which I performed, it reflected now. Again, if it again, I'm just telling you, if you ever get initials, for example, A dot B and then the reference, so always remember, don't forget to remove the initials. Right, from here again I'm telling to you that go to edit option, output style, whatever the you are using. Okay, I'm using edit APA copy. So always remember, do citation, you don't have to change here. Okay, you just need to change, make changes here. Author list, author name. Here, capitalize on the authors. Use initials only for primary authors. Don't use initials. This should be unchecked. Then your reference will be okay. So if you have any more questions, if you want to know more about something, you just tell me, or else I think we should conclude it.
Yes, actually, the time flies so fast, Dr. Amir.
Of
So,
course.
yes, you have already shared your contact information. Maybe you can put your contact information again on the screen, and the
Okay.
audience can reach out to you for further questions or other concerns. If
Okay,
you
sure.
share, yes, if you share your screen with your contact information. By the way, we really want to thank all of you, all the audiences, for joining us today. I will now share your screen.
mobile number. I just remove it because sometimes.
Okay. Yeah, sure, sure, of course. As you can see, Dr. Amir shared his email address, so you can reach out him for your further questions or concerns. Dr. Amir, on behalf of my good friend Dr. Faizan Ali, I would like to thank you for joining us today. As I mentioned before, he had to leave to attend an important meeting, so thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing your information with us. Uh, Personally, I learned a lot, and I will try this EndNote. Actually, after Dr. Jihan's presentation, I started to try this Zotero, but EndNote it seems also very useful. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and experience with this useful tool.
And it's my great pleasure to be at your platform. And I'm always available for Dr. Faizan and for his platform that he started, research based. And even I'm available for you also because you are a regular member of research based as well. So
Yes.
whenever you need any assistance, you need any thing that I just want, you want just my assistance on something like this, any software or any tool or something like this. So I'm always available for the sessions, especially that is being broadcasted on research based. And I'm regular visitor of research based since it launched as well. And I'm grateful that Dr. Faizan, he took the initiative to invite me on for this session. So if again, sometimes when you are using the software and if you got any problem, you say that software is not good, only we need to have an experience on that particular software. If once we have a good experience, then it will be very easy to use this software. So whenever you or someone else has any queries, you can simply email. If something you really want as per the general requirement, we can have a short session that can be on Google Meet or any on Zoom or something like this. So thank you very much for this session. And those students or colleagues who attended this session, I hope this session is very useful for you. So thank you very much, Dr. Saidan and Dr. Faizan and Dr. Jehan also, because you are the members of the research base. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Amir. Have a great weekend and stay safe. And thank you, everyone, for joining us today's session. On behalf of Dr. Faizan Ali and his amazing research based YouTube channel, I wish you a very, very good weekend and stay safe. Take good care of yourself.
Okay,
Bye bye.
thank you. Bye.
Bye
Allah
bye.
Hafiz. Bye.